Let me, Ryan, be as clear as possible, and I have been consistent in this. I am opposed to cap and trade. I'm opposed to cap and trade. And here is what I said to Joe Girth when he first asked for our position on cap and trade. I said that I'm going to judge any energy legislation by 4 criteria. Number 1, does it do the right thing by Kentucky coal? Kentucky coal is over 50% of this nation's generation. It needs to be an important part of our generation portfolio going into the future. And we need to burn it more cleanly. We need investments in new technologies. For example, Ryan, 15 years ago we weren't selling a lot of Western Kentucky coal because it's high in sulfur. But technology has taken us to a place now where we can burn it. So whatever energy bill is put forward, I want to make certain it does the right thing by Kentucky coal. Number 2, it has to do the right thing by our low electricity rates. Kentucky has historically low electricity rates. And what that does is it allows us, from an economic development standpoint, to help lure auto manufacturers. Aluminum smelters are here, steel companies. So our electricity rates are an important economic development tool, and those have to be taken care of as well. Thirdly, whatever system is proposed, it better not be a system where brokers and traders get rich at the expense of ordinary citizens. And fourth and finally, whatever system is put in place, then China and India need to be playing by the same rules as the United States. And so those are my 4 criteria for examining any piece of energy legislation. Now, when you put the proposed cap and trade bill up against that, it fails. Not only that, Obama's own Treasury Department said it's going to cost the average American family about, I think it was $1,700 per year. That's too much. It would cost the average Kentucky family more than that. So I'm opposed to cap and trade, but I've laid out for you the 4 criteria that I would use to judge any energy legislation moving forward in the future.
So based on that criteria, then, what did you think of President Obama's kind of the broad strokes that he laid out in his Oval Office speech?
Well, I think that he's right. He's right to say that our addiction to foreign oil has cost us. It costs us in leverage in terms of dealing with international hotspots. It costs the environment. It's costing us in the Gulf of Mexico right now. We are drilling in more dangerous places. So I think he's right. I think he's right to call for the best of our innovation, the best of American ingenuity to try to address this issue. And I think that's altogether appropriate. Now the details have to be worked out, but we're doing some great things. There are a lot of incentives being discussed for retrofitting buildings, reducing carbon footprints. The Empire State Building right now is being retrofitted with windows that are many times more efficient, and they're going to pay for themselves in less than 5 years, and the footprint's going to be reduced by more than half, the carbon footprint. So there are things that we can do. There are innovations that can take place, and I appreciated the President's call to innovate in that particular area.